Hey, feminine. Let's go ahead and jump right into this reading, my love. Yeah, let's put this over here. Let's see what the messages are the Spirit has here for Jewel on today. Please do keep in mind, y'all, these are general messages. Only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Thank you, thank you. Let us see, let us see. I feel called to this deck, so let's start with this one first. See what messages come out for our feminine. Thank you, Spirit. We have inner peace. All right, this card has been following you like the last few times that we used this deck. Inner peace. All right, you are just in your own little world, and it's not to say that there are no things going on around you. Of course there are things going on around you. However, you're more so focused on what's happening within. Okay, you're focused on what's happening within. We have chivalry. Okay, so somebody wants to date you, court you, get to know you. Okay, take you out, things like that. Okay, spend time with you. All right, become familiar. We have sexual freedom. All right, very interesting. This could be someone that you have a sacred contract with. It's what it feels like. Of course, we're here doing a divine feminine reading, so let's see who's all up in your energy. Someone perhaps you have a sacred contract with. All right, let us see. We have the divine feminine. Like I said, we already know who I'm reading for, right? But I feel like this person feels like you're their divine feminine. Okay, underlying energy, reparenting yourself. You're someone that had to be there for yourself in many ways, so you have a lot of boundaries, and this person could be discovering that about you. Okay, when you allow someone to come in to your inner world, your inner space, it's because you really care about them. So perhaps this person is realizing like, oh, this person cares for me because they allowed me in. Now with this boundaries here though, okay, you may still have a lot of boundaries in place, or some of you have reinforced a lot of boundaries with this person. You know how twins are, boundaries, what boundaries, right? And it's like these boundaries, the boundaries that are absolutely necessary because of stuff like this, right? Where you feel like you have to protect yourself, you have to guard your heart, something along those lines. The distorted masculine, okay? If it's not this person, then it could be someone or people from your past who are distorted, who you just feel like you have to protect your energy from. So again, I say in my own little world, in my own little bubble to myself, mind my business. If this is not someone that you have been intimate with physically, then this person wonders about it. Okay, if it's someone that you have been physically intimate with, then this person again still thinks about it, reminisces about it, you know. Maybe they wonder if you're still open to something, because that's here. You know, it's not like it's inverted or anything like that, right? What's in the back? Luminosity. Your spirit is very bright. Okay, your spirit is very bright. You are very vibrant. Look here, it's been like that all your life. Okay, you see that yellow energy around? You see all this yellow energy here? You see that yellow ribbon around them? Okay, so again, a lot of vibrance. And if I'm not mistaken, that in the back, let me pull it up, also has yellow, right? Luminosity. You see? All that bright energy coming from you. Let me move these over. So this person is realizing like, okay, I'm getting something about tough cookie. Tough cookie. Okay? They will have to come a certain type of way if they really want to get through to you. All right? If they mean business, then they have to show you that. Otherwise, you don't believe them. This person is worried that they may have pushed you away, or they may have caused you to look at them differently. Because again, it's something about you going back into your inner bubble and those boundaries. Okay? Boundaries. What are boundaries? You have the Nine of Pentacles energy, material harvest. So that's what it is. You're focused on that. Okay? You are focused on that. Yep, Empress. All right, divine feminine, Empress, divine feminine. You are creating things right now. If I'm not mistaken, we saw creativity as well. When you see something here. Yep. Okay, but this person realizes that although you stay in your creative bubble to yourself, you see this here, she has planets around her, she got plants and herbs and all that going on. You know, she has gems, crystals, all this stuff, right? Like I mentioned the other day, she has a journal. So she's someone who has emotional intelligence, all right, emotional maturity. Someone who's very grounded, very independent, self-sufficient with the Nine of Pentacles energy, and then Empress, very creative, as we see. Okay. Has done a lot of work on themselves to heal themselves to get to where they are right now. So no, they don't have time for distractions. This person knows that if they are serious, they have to show you that. Again, we have dating and we have connection. We didn't even know that was there. It's like they will have to tend to the garden. They will have to, you know, show you again that they're serious. We have material and spiritual prosperity. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like that's what they plan on doing. Tending to the garden. Okay, we have mental conflict. Yeah, somebody's all up in their head. That's all they think about, you. Okay, this part right here, frontal lobe, it's all they think about, you. Okay, your light, luminosity, your vibrance, sun energy. You are this person's heart. Do you know that? Okay, you're this person's heart. Hope. They're praying that the situation can be fixed. Someone is trying to connect with you telepathically here. All right, awareness. You're very aware, very much so aware of what's going on. But some of you view this as temptation. Again, this goes hand in hand with this. So you feel like this person only comes in showing you a certain energy or a certain attention because they want something from you. We did see the distorted masculine. We have power here. This is the strength card. Destiny, wheel of fortune. Okay, so it's like you're shifting forward. You want what's for you, not just someone who wants you. All right, yeah. Awareness is the magician. Someone could be trying to definitely pull you in. They're trying all that they can here behind the scenes, though, because suffering in silence is what's happening. You don't know what's going on, and that's the truth. You have no idea what's going on. All right, this person's discernment on a situation is to come towards you and rectify whatever is going on with y'all, but they find it difficult right now because some of you have put up new boundaries with them. One second. All right, so this is discernment, judgment, wake up call, reality check. Person definitely had a wake up call, reality check when it comes to you, feminine. All right, maybe they realize that you're not playing. Okay, you're not playing any games here. What's back here? Crown chakra. Yeah, very intuitive. Very much so in tune with spirit. Source energy puts you on to what's happening and when. Okay. Your feelings are valid here. If you're staying to yourself, it's for a reason. We have patience and planning. Okay, so it's like the Seven of Pentacles energy. Yeah, this person will have to show you that they're serious. Again, that's just what keeps repeating itself. All right, security, stability, things like that are important to you. So you don't feel like this person comes in with the right energy or the right intention. I'm definitely going to have to grab some more decks. Maybe they have to do some shadow healing, but I feel like that's something they've been working on already. And they really do feel all of this passion, all this stuff like that for you and towards you. So it's like they're doing their best to work their spiritual muscle, and also something about building up or working up the nerve and the courage to say what they really want to say. Something like that is here because they want a new beginning or a fresh start with you, right? Again, they want to take you out, they want to date you, they want to get more familiar with you, things like that. The more they get to know you, the more excited about getting to know you they become. All right, again, this is something I feel like you know. The High Priestess and the Magician go together real bad. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so being in a space where you have to pick or choose what it is you want to do. Do the pros outweigh the cons, or do the cons outweigh the pros? Somebody knows that they've done wrong here, or they feel like they need to make something right, whichever way it goes, and they're like rushing in to do it. See, they know that stability is important to you. So we have foundations and achievements, and we have a word. They know that. Okay, yeah, third eye. There's a lot of telepathic communication going on between you and this person right now. Again. So, yeah, some of you just don't trust the person, though. We have deception, and if you don't trust them, okay? And I feel like that's what they're worried about, that you don't trust them. Now, with truth here, it could be because this person has not been truthful with you, all right? They have not been truthful about how they're feeling or something. Maybe they've been hiding it from you. Solitude, yeah, keeping it to themselves. They could be afraid of getting their heart broken. Okay, they could be afraid of getting their heart broken, and their fear of getting their heart broken has caused them to be in a space where you now have these boundaries up with them, and it's breaking their heart. So it's like ultimately their fear has become reality because they pushed someone away here. Okay, and yeah, we have the third eye chakra. Okay, so again, telepathic messages from this masculine to this feminine. Okay, a lot of you still have this person blocked out. Not all of you, though, but when we see the Five of Pentacles, that's what that is. Conflict and defeat. They feel like even though they're trying to make this love offer to you, they want something to begin with you. They feel like it's not working because of whatever's already taken place. Like you haven't let that go or something like that. Like maybe you just turned your back to them completely. All right. But it's like they want to come in and disturb whatever it is you got going on, disrupt whatever that is, because they're not okay with this. Heartache and loss, no. Okay? Absolutely not. They're not okay with this. What's the underlining here? Solar plexus chakra. Okay. So again, back to your vitality and your energy levels and things like that. Okay, so they may feel like their energy is being taken from them, but you feel like your energy is coming back. Maybe you felt your situation was taking power away from you because the person, I don't know, they didn't give you anything secure. Okay, they didn't give you anything secure, anything to really go off of. Okay, let's see. Very interesting. All right, so it says, honor the contract. Some lessons were written before you arrived. Facing them now completes the soul contract. Okay, so you and this person have a soul contract. And, you know, maybe you're trying to turn your back to it because you're like, nah, this person doesn't take it seriously. Okay, but perhaps they're trying to take it seriously. You have honor your growth, wisdom, understanding, and fear. See, it's like you were here at the fear. Then you went to understanding, right? Now you're at this place of wisdom. With that being said, okay, honor the contract. So it says growth is a journey, not a destination. Honor where you are right now and celebrate your progress. Okay, honor where you are right now and celebrate your progress. Let's see. All right, it says face control issues. Trying to control others only limits your own freedom. Let go of the need for control and trust in the flow. Maybe that's what it was. You know, there was this fear here of being vulnerable, of allowing their emotions to flow. Again, you know, afraid of being heartbroken, but ultimately now feeling like, well, what am I going to do? Person's not talking to me. I really want to be around him. I want to see him. I want to date him. We keep getting the same messages. Doesn't matter what decks we use. It's the same undertone to the messages. However, we have a feminine that has been hurt in the situation. Okay, so hurt, like 10 of Swords hurt, y'all. Okay, that is like, I really don't believe this person loves me. I don't believe that they care about me. I don't believe there's a purpose in honoring the contract. Okay, but Spirit is like, go ahead. Yeah, the cycle stops with you. You are the one your ancestors prayed for. This pain ends in your hands. Choose differently now. You see? So perhaps people have always walked away from the contract and then it just never was able to be fulfilled. And it just kept on carrying on. Who knows? It's something like that going on here. Okay, as well. It's deeper than what you see with the physical eyes, right? Typically, most times, if not all the time. Okay. We have a couple things here. But it says, awaken your power. You are more powerful than you realize. Awaken to your true strength and step into your potential. Like I said, it's something about building up the nerve and the courage to say whatever they're keeping hidden. Heal the attachment wound. Your worth is not tied to being needed. Let go of proving your value and just be. Perhaps that's what it was, you know? Again, with the reparenting, you feel like you always had to prove yourself. You always had to prove your worthiness to people, you know, from parent down. And you're like, I'm not doing that no more, you know? So the fact that you feel like you even have to or had to do that with this person, that's why you just stay in your little bubble. You're like, nah. And this phone just keeps sliding, y'all. So irritating. Hold on. I had it on a charger, trying to charge it, but whatever. Okay. What's this back here? Accept your destiny. Embrace the unfolding of your journey. Trust that each moment is leading you to your true path. All right, 1 second, guys. Let me go see what the boys got going. All right, what's underneath here? It says growth only happens outside the comfort zone. Embrace discomfort as a sign of progress. Okay, so yeah, that's what it was. You know, somebody was... It was like fear that controlled them from youth or something like that. And you, on the other hand, you know, you already healed certain things. And so, again, we saw them in a distorted energy. Perhaps they just struggled with healing those things. And instead of you sitting there betraying yourself or your growth or anything like that, you decided to release it until or unless the person were ever ready. But in the midst of doing this, the person just took so long that I feel like you just stop thinking that they care. You know, even though somebody is your twin doesn't mean that, you know, there has to be like romantic love and all that stuff there. There may be those feelings and all that interest and all that, but doesn't mean that they're serious about it, especially depending on what actions you've seen. So that's how you feel. You're like, I haven't seen anything that comes from them in the physical that says that this person wants something stable and secure with me. And I know that's what I want. So it says you cannot fully heal what you're afraid to name. Trace the pain to its root and gently pull it loose from your field. So there was something inside of them. It could be self-doubt and fear that stem from, you know, the ancestral line or something like that. It says self-doubt clouds your vision. Trust in your abilities and take the leap. Your future self will thank you. That's what it is. They were afraid to take the leap. A lot of you already know that, but you're like, okay, Love is bold, you know. And so again, for some people, you know, it's only been like 2 months that they know they're a twin. For others, it's been a really long time, you know, like we're talking like decade, 2 decades, you know what I'm saying? And people, I'm scared, I'm scared. Nobody wants to keep hearing that, just the reality of the situation, okay? So right here it says, accept your destiny, right? Embrace the unfolding of your journey. Trust that each moment is leading you to your true path, okay? So ultimately, they still see themselves coming to you. They see it all leading back to and up to you, okay? That's just how they're coming. All right. So it's like the ego would like to say, oh, you know, the person don't care. They don't really care for real. But I thought I heard Sage. The ego would like to say that, right? But is it true? So yeah, it says honor the contract, and then we have conflict. Right here, conflict and defeat. So the two of you experienced conflict, and then from there, it was like everything went downhill. But it says tensions are building and a conflict may emerge. Avoid escalating the situation and seek peaceful resolution. Your response will determine whether this becomes a moment of division or a path to growth. Now again, tensions are building and a conflict may emerge. Avoid escalating the situation and seek peaceful resolution. So that's the thing. It's like whatever this person said or did made the situation worse. If you put yourself in a peaceful bubble to reflect and they said or did something during that time to like poke at you or something like that, it didn't go over well for them, okay? It didn't go over well at all. All right, let's see. Spirit. All right. Abundance, 888. It says your willingness to resonate with abundance is the key to unlocking it. Trust in the limitless generosity of the universe, for what you desire is already making its way to you. All right. And then we have waiting. So that's the thing. It's to having to wait. Waiting so long. Okay. Waiting. Okay. That's the thing though. It's like knowing to trust in spirit during the waiting, right? Your willingness to resonate with abundance is the key. So the fact that you are like, I'm growing and I'm not going to allow myself to stunt my growth. I'm going to express gratitude, you know. I'm going to be humble. I'm going to be appreciative. I'm going to be generous, right? Like your heart is still in a good place. It's just that while you were doing whatever you needed to do to realign yourself and get yourself back right after this conflict, they just said or did something that made it worse. Okay? Yeah, see, gratitude is here. You're still in that energy, attitude of gratitude always. All right. So it says, every moment of gratitude raises your vibration and strengthens your connection to the divine. Remember that there is always something to be grateful for and focus on this always. Exactly. Okay? So somebody was sitting here trying to not allow their emotions to flow. And now I feel like they just want to jump in the emotions. Now they just want to, you know, like, let's jump in there together. Like they ran from it before, but now they just want to get in there with you. And they want you to get in there with them. Like, come on, let's just express ourselves. You know, tell me how you feeling. Tell me how you feeling. Every moment of gratitude raises your vibration and strengthens your connection to the divine. Yeah, remember that there is always something to be grateful for and focus on this always. So they feel like they're grateful for you. They're grateful for this connection. And they want to focus on that. They don't want to focus on, you know, what happened before. Okay? So that may be where they're coming from. And you're like, so you just want to hop, skip, and jump past it. And you don't want to do that part. You do not want to do that part. Okay? We have surrender. Release your need to control the outcome. So that's twice. Okay? Surrender is not powerlessness, but the sacred recognition that you are intricately connected to a higher intelligence. One that flows through you, not apart from you. So they just finally surrendered to and awakened to their true power. Yeah, they're ready to go on their journey. All right. You are being called to explore new horizons, whether physical or spiritual. Be willing to travel beyond the familiar, for the path ahead holds experiences your spirit has long awaited. All right. Negativity. They were surrounded by negativity. They had, you know, that self-doubt and all that going on with them, you know. But it says focusing on the negative may be causing you to attract more negativity. Redirect your focus toward what uplifts, for your emotions are powerful forces of creation. Okay, so they're like, if you're focused on what I did to make you feel a certain type of way, or if you're focused on the conflict, then that's what's blocking us right now. Instead of you focusing so much on that, focus on, you know, us and where we are. You don't see the us and where y'all are though. That's the thing for you. You're not seeing that part. Okay, Divine Feminine, you're in your bubble. See, blindness. Oh, Lord. Okay, so it says blind spots of unawareness may be interfering with your ability to see clearly. Call truth to the surface, even if it disrupts your comfort. For clarity begins with the willingness to see. All right, so maybe you just don't want to see. Maybe you just got tired of it. You got tired of it because of the conflict or something. It's something very specific here that had feminine just say, you know, even though I love this person, have love, even though I love this person, even though there's love here, I mean, you really, it's like you just choose not to see what is here or something. That's what it's feeling like. All right. But it says a powerful boundary of angelic light surrounds you, shielding you from negativity and harm. You are held in the light of divine safety, assuring that you will fulfill your destined purpose. Okay. So if this is something that's meant to be, then it will be. It's how you're looking at it. Again, if they're serious, they would have to show you, and you don't feel like they've shown you that. So it says, it is your true purpose to love and be loved. For love is the divine force that connects all of creation. Whether you are seeking love or nurturing it, remember that it begins from within yourself. And that's the thing. Okay, so it's like you had to love on you and show you a certain type of love. And I mean, ascension. So when you didn't feel like you were getting that back, you didn't feel like it was being reciprocated by this person, or you would get into a real like hermit type energy. You know, we have solitude here, and then we have the inner peace. It's like in my own world. Let me show you what these cards look like. Look at it. Look what this look like. You just be in your own world, and both of these people have books. So if you ain't reading, you're writing. If you ain't writing, you're reading. This is what you be doing. Okay, so they're like, dang, you know, like, do I have to be writing or reading to get a conversation from you? You're like, probably, you know, probably, pretty much, because, child. All right, let's see. If something came out, I forgot and put it back, but let's see. We have overwhelm. All right, it says feeling overwhelmed is often a sign that you have taken on burdens that are unnecessary or excessive. Release what is not yours to carry and prioritize self-compassion and personal wellness. All right, underlying energy here is resistance. So perhaps somebody has been resisting certain changes that need to be made. Okay, and that's been the thing here. Temporary. The tension that you feel around a situation is only temporary. Rest assured that the energy will clear and you will be able to continue moving forward. So somebody treated like temporary conflict or temporary disagreement is like, oh, this person doesn't care about me at all, or that's how it felt. Maybe there was a whole bunch of temporary disagreements or temporary, yeah, see, patterns. It's a bunch of them. And so you was like, I just, you know, it's not like it's your feelings are invalid. You're valid and spirit sees where you're coming from, but I just feel they really want you to take into consideration all factors, everything. Your side, their side, and where spirit's coming from, you know, the actual truth of it all. Not the feelings, not the ego. You know, the lower physical self would like to play tricks on you and this and that. No. Not allowing your heart to lead so that you make foolish decisions. No, make wise choices. But still, it's like if you're not sure what to do, go directly to source. And if this is what source is telling you, then that says something. All right, but it says negative patterns and destructive habits have gained momentum in your life. Remember that each moment offers you an opportunity to create a new reality by choosing differently. So because of this person's negative patterns that they kept bringing, it was like they kept bringing conflict, resistance, blindness, all that was projected onto you. Meanwhile, you're like, okay, if that's the case, I'm gonna just put myself back into my inner bubble then. To protect my energy, my luminosity, all the work that I've done, I'm gonna honor my growth. You see what I'm saying? Until or unless this person is ready to awaken to their power and who they really are, it's nothing that me, feminine, could do about that, because I've done the work for myself. I can't force them to do theirs. Right? But it says, be aware of subconscious resistance coming from deep within yourself. Are you resisting change through self-sabotage? So they sabotage this. Then after the fact, you know, 5 of Swords, like, oh, what did I do? You didn't utilize your free will, you know? So I see both sides of the situation. It says, you are a sovereign being, fully capable of directing your life with intention and clarity. The divine respects your power to choose, offering guidance but never interference. You see that? You have the free will at the end of the day, just like they did. So the other day, you know what I'm saying, we said that this is how the person chose to use their free will. Here we go again with that, right? You know, we all get to make our decisions, but we're not free from whatever the consequences may be of our decisions. So, all right, making sure. Messages for feminine. Messages for feminine. Thank you very much. We have house. Okay. Floating. Encounter. Clouds. And pull one more. Iron chain. Then we have escape. So I guess somebody's breaking free from the chains. They're ready to float. Okay, somebody's breaking free from the chains. They are ready to float. Okay. What's back here? Falling. Wow. Okay. So it says house symbolizes the structure of your inner self, emotional shelter, and life's foundation. Dreaming of a house reflects your need for personal space and security. See, different rooms may represent aspects of your psyche, with damaged walls or empty rooms indicating unresolved issues. This dream encourages you to examine your inner world and address areas you need care or healing. All right, so again, fourth house, home, roots, reparenting yourself, things like that. Okay, healing the mother wound, healing the father wound. It says floating represents relaxation and freedom from physical constraints. That's funny, right? In your dream, floating suggests that you are releasing burdens and entering a state of ease and flow. So getting out of that overwhelm. This dream encourages you to let go of your worries and allow yourself to move effortlessly through life. It signifies that you are finding your balance, embracing freedom, and finding inner peace in the process. Okay? Encounter. An encounter in your dream symbolizes a significant meeting or connection, whether with another person or an aspect of your own self. It suggests that you're at a crossroads where something or someone important is about to enter your life. The dream reminds you that all encounters contribute to your spiritual and personal growth. So perhaps you and this love of yours have met up at your family home in some of your dreams. Okay, this is one of the ways that Spirit is communicating with you and letting you know something is there, but perhaps there was something that was chaining them down or holding them down. And with the cloud, I feel like you just said, okay, I'm going to float away then. You know, or something like that. You said, I'm going to float away then. That's so funny. All right. We have clouds symbolize the shifting nature of thoughts and emotions, often representing confusion or uncertainty, like the distortion. Dreaming of clouds suggests that you are in a period of transition where the direction of your future isn't yet clear. It encourages you to slow down and navigate through the mist, knowing clarity will emerge when you least expect it. Okay, and then we have iron chain. Now, iron chains symbolize restriction, both internal and external. Dreaming of chains symbolize limitations or feelings of being held back in some area of your life. However, they also offer an opportunity to break free. The chains urge you to confront your fears and insecurities, unlocking your inner strength and freedom. You see, so again, awaken to your power, right? Unlocking your inner strength and freedom, because you can break free from this, right? You don't have to be tied down, chained down. If you want to be with your feminine, there's things you feel like you would have to do in order to be with your feminine, then do those things. And let's not make it seem like it's feminine that, you know, is the reason you're not together. If feminine has done the healing work and is waiting on the masculine counterpart, then what are we talking about? You know, we can't just expect feminine to stay here just looking at you, twiddling his thumbs. Like, what do you got going on? Right? So, you know, a person will show you through their actions, never mind their words, how they feel. And I feel like you're going based off what you've seen or what you feel like the person haven't shown you. So again, if the person has or has not shown up, if they have or have not been consistent, if there has been or has not been follow through, you know, is the person making false promises? Are they instilling you with false hope? Were they trying to build up false confidence in a connection that was actually an attachment? You know, these are things that you're thinking about. Again, as someone who's emotionally intelligent and mature, you would think about those things. You would ask those questions, right? And perhaps there were times where maybe you tried to have certain heart-to-heart conversations with the person emotionally. And again, they were afraid to get in that water with you. So you were quite often made to feel alone, just like when you were trying to connect with your parents or something, because those are your first relationships, right? I was just talking to my kids about that earlier. Those are your first relationships, okay? You know, and I'll share that with you guys, because who, you know, it's each one teach one, right? But it's just those things where it's like, my kids know that anything I tell them I'm going to do, I do it. You know, I'm a woman of my word. And I tell them, especially my oldest, not my youngest so much, right? But my oldest, because he's going to eventually, you know, be dating and stuff. So there's things that I want him to know. I'm not going to tell him everything, obviously, but certain things. One of those things that I feel like a lot of people didn't get told is if a person is not treating you a certain type of way, or if they're not following through with things they say, but they weren't told those things because their parents also weren't following through. You see what I'm saying? Their parents were also letting them down. But if you have a parent that does not let you down, that shows up, that goes hard for you, that does, you know, keep their word. It's like now when you're going out there and you're looking for somebody to be in a relationship with, those are things that would be like basic things. You know, if there's not a follow through or whatever, then you don't get access. If there's not this, that, and third, then what are we talking about? So it's like you just had to teach yourself certain things. And once you got to a place where you matured and you understood that fully, you did not allow a person or anyone to take advantage of you, regardless of what their position was. Twin flame, soulmate, none of that mattered to you. Baby daddy, you know, like it doesn't matter who it is. At the end of the day, if a person is not going to treat you the way you know you deserve to be treated, the way that you can treat yourself and you treat others, then it's a no-go, period. And not to mention, this person is using fear as an excuse, as if you're not afraid of things. You know, you're supposed to do it scared. You're supposed to do it anyways, right? Now, everybody's different. I know that. I get that. But I'm just saying, right? They can't expect you to be like, oh, well, I'm going to just keep putting up with the energy they're projecting. No, they were projecting a lot of negative things onto the connection. And you were shielding yourself, okay? Shielding yourself in the light that you built up for yourself after coming out of a dark place. You see what I'm saying? So like a person that loves you, that knows what you come from, wouldn't do things to try to put you back in that dark place. So I see why you would say, oh, they don't love me. They don't love me. But they weren't thinking about it like that at all. All right. So we have escape, desert, and sadness. Yes, this person could feel like you're running away from them, or because they haven't been able to break free from the chains, you've deserted them, like abandoned them, and they feel sad about it. Okay. But again, I feel like it's not that you abandoned them or that you deserted them. You just have great wisdom. Okay. I'm going to read this too. But it says, escape symbolizes the desire for freedom from a troubling situation. Dreaming of escaping suggests you're seeking to break free from limitations or emotional constraints. Okay, it's not always about running away, but about your soul's yearning for true freedom. The dream urges you to confront what you're avoiding and seek the release that will help you grow and move forward. So this person, wow, not seek the release with the sexual freedom card there. But anyway, that's just my little nasty brain. Anyway. So we have this desert here, okay? The desert symbolizes solitude and the process of purification. It is a, not desert, release, sexual freedom. All this sounds just nasty. But anyway, it is a barren landscape that holds deep wisdom. If the desert appears in your dream, it suggests a time of emotional dryness or a sense of loss. However, that is not negative. It's a necessary process of clearing space within you for new energy. The desert calls you to shed what no longer serves you, embrace solitude, and make space for renewal. So that's what it is. It's like you left them to see what they need to do. And they see what they need to do, and some of them ain't did it yet. So you're like, well, what exactly am I coming back to? The same thing? The feelings haven't changed. The feelings are still strong. The feelings between twins don't change, y'all. They just intensify. So you want me to come back with stronger emotions and ain't nothing changed. You see what I'm saying? Like, so what exactly are we talking about here? This is why you just stay in your little bubble. But it says sadness is an emotional cleansing process. If it appears in your dream, it signals, my voice is saying it all, right? Because it's reading feminine. Like, I feel you, girl, okay? But it says, and I feel you masculine too in the back of the back, but I feel my feminines for real, okay? Sadness is an emotional cleansing process. If it appears in your dream, it signals that you are undergoing a healing phase. Sadness is not eternal. It is the key to unlocking soul wounds. This dream encourages you to accept and release past pain, giving yourself the time and space to heal so you can welcome renewed vitality. What did I say to you? So your vitality levels. Didn't I say that earlier? Like, you came from a very sad place. You had to get yourself up out of that. It was not easy. If you've ever dealt with depression, been on the borderline of depression, been extremely, extremely sad or anything like that, child, it is not easy to get yourself up out that energy. And then you do it and people just come back and try to put you back up in it. Oh, you'll be so fast to go back in hermit mode. It is not even funny. It's really not. And keep in mind, again, the energy that they were bringing was not the best, and it's because the energy that was around them. But something tells me that this person is trying to meet with you on sacred ground. So they've been trying to connect with you, again, through telepathic, energy. So keep your eyes and ears open for that, right? Your third eyes and your ears open for that. I feel like they want new beginnings. They want to grow. They're ready to take the next step on their journey. Even though it's scary, it's like they're ready. Their soul is ready, Child, this was one of them ones, wasn't it? But those are the messages that I have here for you at the time. I pray that this helps you. I know it will. If this was your reading or you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe. The information as to where you can book personal readings with me can be found in the description box beneath this video. Our first book club meeting is going to be next week. So if you didn't check your emails and you're in the book club, please do check your email. All right. Happy reading and peace and hair grace.